Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Doing very well today.
Doing very well. Aaron, how are you doing?
I'm doing well as well.
Excellent.
That's well.
That's right. All right. So today we are talking about the Foundation Wise Man Maduro Corona. Cigar is more of a Corona Extra 5 by 46, 48, excuse me.
Hmm.
Uh,
Mm.
Comes out of the My Father factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Mexican San Andres. Binder is a double binder from Nicaragua, Esteli and Jalapa. Filler is Nicaraguan Condega, Esteli and Jalapa. Blended by Nicholas Melillo. Price point is $10.50, and the cigar was released in April of 2024. So with all that out of the way, Seth, what was your overall experience like?
Yeah. It was yeah, it was good. So first third, got maple syrup, molasses qualities. There's some like rich earth. It's getting some damp wood and tobacco notes. There's a little bit of soft spice. Um, bits of like mocha cream qualities as well, medium in strength and body. There was flavors to it. And I guess, what molasses, it was just kind of like, it's just obviously molasses quality, but it's just one of these things that usually when you have that flavor profile, it's just really just like rich and it just sticks. The whole for the whole thing. Second, third just had that earth, maple syrup, some molasses. A little rough of a progression. The flavors were a little bit muddled in the second, third. But it was one of those like you kind of it wasn't bad. Um, Final third though actually showed some improvement. I just remember that really about this was like first third was pretty solid. Second third just had this like rough patch. And then final third it was like, all right, we're gonna get our shit together in the end here. I had some tobacco, earth, warm spices, leather, wood notes, and I've smoked a bunch of these. I've gotten these from Havana Fills as well, and I've always had that same second third. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just kind of analyzing when I get to it, but finish had like that mocha cream qualities, medium strength, just nice conclusion, especially after the second third. Really good burn and draw. John?
Yeah, it was okay. I think it was kind of above average overall. The first third was interesting. It was kind of a darker quality to like a earth wood, sort of an espresso earth, like that sort of gritty espresso quality to it, which was interesting. And the earth kind of had that, toasted, darker quality to it as well. Creaminess to the retrohale, which added a little nice break to the profile. Chocolate in the center of the retrohale as it settled in, and then kind of a sweet wood at the halfway point. So, I think it did enough in the first third to move up to good, and then second, third, creamy mild earth leading off, wood in the center, and then the wood kind of took on some little bit of mild dryness as it continued, and then that wood sort of progressed up to medium minus strength as it continued. So wood really dominated the post draw, and I think the profile was pretty stable through the second third. It was pleasant, but I wouldn't call it dynamic or particularly engaging. And then the bottom half of that second third, the earth really took on a lot of toasted quality. I think without the other flavor elements to anchor it, it was just a little bit too much. Last third leading off creamy earth. Again, really intense toasted earth in the finish. And tannic wood joined as it continued. So you got heavy toasted earth, you got tannic wood, just it's not great on the palate. And then I think as it hit the halfway point, the cigar was really just earth, like it was just, earth. And I don't think it was unpleasant. I just think it was not dynamic. It wasn't particularly complex. There wasn't a lot of layers to it. Construction was great, great burn, great draw. So that certainly helped it. But I think overall, I put it kind of a notch above average for me. I'll get into it more when we get into the scores. But Aaron, what about you? What was the experience like?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with a slightly stale mix of toasted oak and earth. Staleness departed about a half inch in, and then some black pepper joined a bit later. Second third saw some light minerality join in, and it moved to the middle of the profile in the final third. Construction is absolutely perfect, so no issues there. Just an average flavor profile experience throughout. Kind of focus on that toasted oak and earth with black pepper and minerality as supporting notes, but not an exciting cigar, not an offensive cigar, but just a cigar. So not something I'd see myself really coming back to it all. Just doesn't present anything that's grabs my attention. All right, so let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with John at 6.1. Seth gave it a 5.95, and I gave it a 5.75. So, John, how'd that 6.1 match up for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's the archetypical above average, slightly above average flavor profile with a perfect draw. And yeah, I'm sure I've said it many, many times. It's kind of got to be above a 6.35 for me to want to return to it. One of the things I didn't remark on is that I felt the burn the burn was excellent, but the whole overall smoking time was a bit on the quick side. Like I know it's a Corona, but it's an hour and 36 minutes, which I don't think that's bad. I just I know out of a Corona I can get a little bit more. So um, yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more smoking time. Anyways, all that to say, score matches up well.
All right, Seth, 5.95.
I think with all these like foundation wise mans, it's just kind of they are what they are. They're better than what they have been, but they're not what they were. So I don't know where that leaves us, but here we are. So it's second thirds. If the second third was decent with the cigar, I think I would say, yes, I can kind of support the cigar. I haven't. The funny thing is, I haven't actually tried this in other Vitolas. I don't think. I know that you sent the Corona for some reason. I bought the Coronas, which is really crazy. So I don't know. I don't think there's going to be that much of a vast difference, but I don't know. I'll be interested to see how, I guess, overall general consumers are to the new foundation wise mans.
Yeah. My 5.75 matches up well. Average flavor profile throughout with perfect construction gets that kind of the high five mark, but it's not something I'm going to come back and smoke again. For my deep thoughts, you can go back and watch the original Wise Man review from the Habano, but I'm not going to rehash that again. But final thoughts from you guys on this one?
So listen, if you're moving factories, I think you have an opportunity to start a new blend. And I think the issue I have with this is that you've taken a blend or a line that was, I think it was 2019 when it came out. It was either late 2018 or 2019. At any rate, it was a fantastic blend. It was crazy good. Even Cigar Aficionado, who was a bit late to the party, thought it was crazy good. It was an excellent thing. This is it's kind of like the shadow of the release, and so to sort of continue that line, but under a new factory and clearly as a new blend, like if I didn't know any better and I was a smoker and I'm like going to buy a Wise Man Maduro because they're so good, and I smoked this, I'd be like, man, what happened? And then, retailers have to explain to them, well, I changed factories and the blend changed, blah, blah, blah. So, I think there's probably an opportunity to just kind of reboot and change it from the Maduro to something else, but I'm not a brand owner. So what the do I know?
All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe and check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
El Gwen 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 say.